I'm Christelle from Diabetes Strong. In this video, I'll be showing you how to get started with your Dexcom Stelo biosensor. If you already have your sensor in hand, I hope you're just as pleasantly surprised as I was of how fast it was delivered. It took about 28 hours from I put in the order to it was delivered. One box holds 2 biosensors, which is enough for about a month, as each lasts 15 days plus a 12-hour grace period. Okay, let's insert it. You'll need a sensor and an alcohol swab to clean your skin. The alcohol swabs do not come with the device, so you'll have to buy that separately. And then finally, you need a smartphone with the right operating system. You can see the current operating systems here. Let's clean our skin, and you want to let that dry completely before inserting the sensor. Dexcom Stelo is FDA cleared for wear on the back of the arm, so that's where I'm placing it. I worn Dexcom sensors in other places with great results, but all of that is considered off-label use. Let's open the box, and here you have the overlay tape and the instructions. We can set that aside for now. And this is the inserter, and the sensor sits inside it. There's no assembling needed. Screw the lid off, and you can see the sensor is sitting in here. Don't touch it, but you can have a look. And don't worry, the needle won't stay in your arm, and most people hardly feel the insertion. Don't press that white button just yet, but press the inserter against the back of the arm and then push down on the white button. And there you go. The sensor is inserted, and you now want to put light pressure on the sensor for 10 seconds and just make sure that the tape is smooth. The last step is to apply the overlay tape to secure the sensor. The Dexcom tape makes me break out in hives, so I don't use that anymore. But just to show you, here's an older clip on how to apply it. Now that the sensor is inserted, the 30-minute warm-up period starts automatically. So there's no rush to get it started in the app. If you haven't already, you want to download the Dexcom Stelo app. And this is what it looks like in the Apple App Store. Now you want to log in with your Dexcom login and password. If you do not have one, don't worry, you can create one here. As for the app setup, there's a lot to go over here. If you're completely new to biosensors and CGMs, I suggest that you spend the time and read through all of this educational material. For the app setup, you have to allow Bluetooth. That's how the sensor and your phone communicates. Also recommend that you allow for notifications. You also have to declare if you live with diabetes or not. This can be changed later on in the app, and it's only so that it knows how to set your blood sugar target range. And now we get into the fun part, pairing the sensor. So this whole section of the app setup is pretty much what we're going over in this video, so you can either choose to watch it again or just click the next button. Let's click next. And then I choose to take a photo of the 4-digit sensor code. You can also enter it manually. Click Allow for Camera, and now it's looking for my sensor. As you can also see here, you have to be within 20 feet of the sensor. This is not only during this, you have to be within 20 feet of your phone for it to pick up on the readings at any time. When it finds it, you have to tap Pair, then Next, and you can see here there are only 25 minutes left of the 30-minute warm-up period. You'll not receive any blood sugar readings during the warm-up. You can choose to spend some of this warm-up learning more about your biosensor. I decided to go into settings and change my target range. So I changed my blood sugar target range to 70 to 180. And then I entered my first event, which was breakfast. And after the warm-up, well, the sensor is ready to use. And your Dexcom Stelo can be a little inaccurate the first 24 hours. As you can see, it claimed that my blood sugar was below 70. I did a finger stick to confirm, and my blood sugar was actually not low. There's not much you can do about that with the Dexcom Stelo, as it does not allow for calibrations. And also, it didn't give me a blood sugar number, it just said below 70. And that's because Dexcom Stelo will only give you readings from 70 up to 250. And then you just wear the sensor, live your life, and remember to log events. 24 hours before your sensor is about to expire, you will be notified in the app, as well as later on towards the end of the sensor. After the 15 days, you also get a 12-hour grace period. As you can see here, it's notified me that my grace period has started. I only have less than 6 hours left. You can choose to just wear it for the whole grace period, just clear the notification, continue wearing your sensor, or you can choose to start a new sensor. It's up to you. Once the sensor has expired, so after the 15 days and the 12 hours, you'll get an overview of your average blood sugars as well as your time in range. Time in range is how much time while you're wearing the sensor were your blood sugars within your target range. So remember, my target range was set to 70 to 180, And as you can see here, what it's telling me is that 88% of the time, while I was wearing that sensor, my blood sugars were within that range. Now the final step we'll cover in this video is how to take off the sensor. Some can just peel it off like a band-aid, as you can see me doing here. But if it's hard to get off, or if it's hurting you, you can use baby oil or Unisolve glue remover. And here you can see that little sensor that has been sitting underneath the skin. And now you're ready to insert a new Dexcom Stelo and get more blood sugar readings. And don't worry, you don't have to go through the whole setup process once more. You just skip directly to start a new sensor, take a photo of the new inserter, or tap in that 4-digit code, and you're ready to go. If you find your Dexcom Stelo won't stick for the full 15 days and 12 hours, there are things you can do. So check out this video where I go over 13 tips on how to make your Dexcom stick. And while you do that, why not subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications? That way you'll never miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.